Alright, so car A and car B are coming at a collision, and we're trying to figure out what the velocity is going to be whenever when they collide. It's going to be an inelastic collision. Alright, so these are the variables we're going to be using for the equation. Car is going to be going at 31 meters per second, and whenever you break it up to the x and y using sine and cosine, we're going to have the x is going to be 15.5 meters per second and the y is going to be 26.8 meters per second. We're going to do that because car A is not traveling completely north, and so it's not going to be at a 90-degree angle. And then the mass of this car is going to be 1,660. For car B, it's going to be going left, so it's going to be negative 13 meters per second. It's not going y, so it's going to be left at 0, and our mass is going to be 36,290. So the equation we're using is mass of car A and velocity of car A plus mass of car B and velocity of car B equal to the mass total of A and B, and then we're going to look for the velocity of the total after they collide. So first we need to find our x component. So we're going to plug in for the mass of A and then a velocity of car A on the x, which is going to be 15.5, and we're going to add it with the total of car B and then the velocity that car is going. And our total for the cars added together, those numbers is going to be 37,950. So we're going to times these together, which is going to get us this number right here. And then we'll add it right there. And we're going to equal it to our total mass. And we're going to divide the two. So it's going to give us our x component is going to be negative 11.75 meters per second. So we're going to do the same thing with our y component. So it's going to be our mass and car A and then our velocity of car A on the y, which is going to be 26.8. And since car B isn't going anywhere on the y-axis, we're going to set it to 0. We're going to have our mass of the total, and we're solving right here. So we multiply these two together and then divide it by the total mass. It's going to get us 0.038 meters per second. So now we're trying to find the velocity of whenever they collide, what the speed of the two cars are going. So we're going to get the square root of our y and x component. We're going to add them together. And once we square root that total, it's going to get us 11.75 meters per second. We're going to use our tan inverse. So it's going to be tan inverse of our x component divided by our y component, and that's going to get us negative 0.89.2, which means the car will be moving northwest 0.2 for our magnitude. So when the cars clash, they're mainly going to go west and barely go north, and the final velocity will be at 11.75 meters per second.